Hey everybody, Brian here from quantlabs.net. I just wanted to show you some of the challenges I faced with using SQL Server and trying to connect with from Matlab to SQL Server. I have created a DSN or data source name with a ODBC. So I want to show you what happens. It's supposed to work, but I'm not going to spend too much time on this. But I just want to show you the error and what probably is causing it. This DSN does connect, and it's very unstable, but this is the error you get, this ODBC driver manager, blah, 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 blah. That's why I switched over to the MySQL. I'm going to show you the steps on what was done. You need to install MySQL. Normally, I'm using the MySQL workbench here. I've created a data model. And basically I'll show you the table. It's exact same thing as what is in the SQL Server. So it's just basically two tables: historical, tick, all these ID, historical, timestamp. Remember, it's a big N. It's not a data date type representation. Volume, close, symbol, historical, and so on and so forth for the tick. The bid and ask, the symbol, the tick column. And again, this is not optimal, as we all know. This is just to get me up and running. So the database is working. There is a trick when you need to forward engineer it to your live server with MySQL. I've given the links in that in my membership. So lucky you, paid premium members. So once you get that synced up, what you also need to do is to make sure you set up your ODBC data source name or your DSN. So in my case, I've got here this MySQL market data. I'm under the control panel, ODBC. I've set this up, and basically I've put up instructions on how to do that as well. But this needs to be created, and it needs to be specific to your model or your schema, which obviously is the one here in the market etc. Called market data. This guy right here. Okay, that's the catalog schema, same thing. And then when you come into your now remember, I want you to realize that there's two things. Matlab 2012B is being used, as well as I'm using the database toolbox. Okay. So in this specific version of 2012B, it does include this dExplorer or Database Explorer with this dExplorer command or function. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to initiate it. I'm going to come back and say, well, what's the data source? So obviously I'm going to use the MySQL market data, the one I just created in here. I just showed you this MySQL market data. Okay, so that's what that's how it's going to connect. So I'm going to connect the old classic way. I wouldn't do this in production, obviously, with root and all that. But here you go. We are now connected into the database from the world of Matlab. I couldn't get this far with SQL Server. I do believe it's the jar files that are the problem. Or sorry, the JDBC drivers from Microsoft, they don't work. That's why I switched over to MySQL. It's just is kind of wonky. Right now, because there's no data, I can't import anything into the Matlab workspace. So that's the next set of steps. I have to create a new C# program that will populate the data into my MySQL database, and then from there, once data is populated, I can import into the Matlab. So I'm going to create that script in my next video and showcase all that. All this stuff is available, so if you're interested in the scripts that I have created for my membership I have created the schema script that will create the schema, which will include obviously the historical and tick database for MySQL, and that is available again for my premium members. All right, have a good day.